Hello, first graders. I hope you had a really good weekend. It is Monday, and we're moving on with our EL Expeditionary Learning lessons. And today we are going to focus on lesson 5. We have been learning about tools. The first tools that we looked at were all about cooking tools and just some ordinary tools like a saw and a screwdriver and some pliers. And then last week we moved on to some science tools and some math tools. And this week we are moving on to some new tools, but first we have a new letter from headquarters. So remember when we've had our first challenge, we had a special envelope. So let's see what's inside this one. Our first envelope contained our first letter from headquarters and some puzzle pieces to match together the tools, and we matched together some scissors and a microscope and some other tools. So let's see what this letter's about this time. Mission letter 2. It says all of our challenges have been completed. Yay! Congratulations on completing challenges. We've completed making a puzzle. We completed pages 2, pages 3, pages 5, and pages 6. So we've completed 4 different pages in our EL workbook, and we've done some challenges during small group. You are one step closer to achieving our mission. Tools are going to help you, my friends, create an object needed for our class. So it is a good thing you have started to learn about them meaning tools. You will now be given some very important photographs. Photographs is another word for pictures. And a book called Tools, this book by Anne Morris. You don't have the book there, but you're going to be able to see me reading it tomorrow. Listen to your teacher. Listen to your teacher as the book is read aloud and look at the pictures closely to discover more about tools. Pictures about tools. Find clues about what types of tools you can use to make things easier. Remember, your mission is to create an object. So be thinking about what object do you think you could make with tools that would make our life easier in our class book room. This book will give you many of the answers you need in order to continue with the mission. Headquarters will check in on your progress to see if you are getting closer to achieving your mission. So it says, good luck. So then we're going to talk about our learning targets, our focus of our learning and where we want to focus our brain and what we want to learn this week, especially for lesson 5. And the first one is, I can ask questions about key ideas in a photograph. Whoops, sorry friends, I did it again, backwards. The next one is, I can answer questions about key ideas using text. Text is another word for words from this book, Tools. So those are our focus. Questions about key ideas and answering questions about ideas from this book. Focus. Remember our magic bow, and it's just going to ask you, what target should you keep your eyes on this week? Think about that. What target should you do for yourself this week? Okay? Focus. Maybe you need to focus on, for EL, looking at the pictures closely, examining them closely, especially before you answer those questions in the book. I know that some friends got a little confused and they forgot to watch the lesson. So you have to watch these lessons before you go and fill out anything in your EL workbook. Otherwise, it's not really going to make sense when you go to figure it out. So make sure you pay attention closely and focus your learning on what we're learning in our lessons. We're going to do Think, Pair, Share during our small group, But if you aren't able to come to our small group because you have an appointment or something else today, you can certainly do this with your friend, with someone in your family, using question words from our word wall. And you should have printed or written out these question words. Ask your partner questions about the pictures. Okay, so one of the things that you will be able to do, let me see if this is that I'm going to show you some of our pictures from our book tools. We're not going to read the book till tomorrow, but remember the word wall words like who and where and how. Those are some of the, so try to answer those questions. Maybe what or when, about the pictures that you see. You're going to use those questions for our Think, Pair, Share today in our small group, or you could use them at home. And I will show you the pictures that we're going to look at to use these question words. Okay. So after looking at our pictures, what your assignment is today is to record some of your questions that you have about the tools on a new anchor chart. And this is the chart right here, okay? And I am going to post this. It's called an anchor chart. An anchor chart is a special chart that I'm going to fill out with you and that you're going to fill out at home. If you can print it, you can go ahead and print it. If not, just have your parents help you make a chart just like this. It's 2 rectangular boxes. On the top of the first box, it's going to be called Our Questions About Tools. On the top of the other one, it's called Our Answers. And what I would suggest is that tell someone in your family that you want to do this on a big piece of paper, okay? Because if you're like me, it takes a lot of space to write the questions, and it's going to take a lot of space to write the answers. So you can use this if you can write smaller than I do, or use a big piece of paper to write out the questions and the answers. I'm going to do that for a small group. And now I'm going to show you the pictures that we're going to look at. This is one of the pictures right here, okay? And then if I click on this, this is one of our questions right here. Why? So one of the questions you could have when you look at this picture, one of these pictures, why is this person using this tool in a field? This person is using a certain tool. It's called a hoe in a field. Why are they using it in a field? That would be one of the questions. So now let me go and let me show you the pictures that we're going to look at for our assignment. So your assignment on your own paper, on your own anchor chart, is to just do the first side, okay? Questions. And remember, fill it out on your own piece of paper. It might give you more room, okay? So you're going to just think of some questions. We're not going to answer those yet. Questions using the words how, when, where, who, why, what. And these are some of the pictures. Here they go. And I'm going to post these in Class Dojo and their class stories. I'm also going to post them at the top, or actually in our Google Classroom under the reading assignments. So I'm just going to go through them so you can see. So what I'm going to actually tell you some of these tools, and then you have to come up with questions, writing on your own paper and on your own chart. What questions do you have about these? These are scissors. I know one of the questions is, why are they using the scissors? What are they doing with those scissors? And then this man is using a razor. Why is he using a razor? And there's 2 different pictures here. This one has a saw, and the next one has someone cutting open a pumpkin. And then these 2 men, they look like they're using hammers. What questions do you have about those? And then here's another person. They're using a tool called a hoe, or some people call it a digger. What are they using that for? Think of your questions. And then we're going to use this picture again later on, I believe it is Wednesday. We're going to actually use this picture again, but you can come up with some questions already, okay, about this tool. These tools are called gardening scissors. And then this lady, I'm really not sure what this tool is. Maybe some of you do. It looks like she's trying to make pizza. It might be a spatula she's using. I know we've used spatulas words before. And then if you look really closely, this man is using cloth. What is he using that? I think it's called cheesecloth, or I think it might be a cotton cloth. What is he using cotton cloth for? And then we know these pictures. This person is using a spoon. This person is using a straw. Those are tools too. These are chopsticks. This lady is using yarn and a needle. And this man is using a wooden hammer. And then this tool, this is called an abacus. An abacus. What questions do you have about that? And then this young man is using a paintbrush. What kind of questions could you come up with about that? And then I believe this is our last picture. This is a picture of someone using a paintbrush, a smaller paintbrush, almost like a pencil. So what I want you to do, friends, today for your assignment is choose 3 or 4 of these pictures and come up with your own questions that you have. Write it on this side of your chart. What questions do you have about the tools that you see in 3 or 4 of those pictures? And again, make sure to listen to this video so you'll know the names of the tools. All right, that's all we have for today. I will see you shortly in small group, and I hope you have a really great Monday. Thank you, friends.